All right. Low risk communication. Sometimes it's not that we don't know how or don't want to communicate with our partners, we just simply forget. So this matters because vulnerable communication builds intimacy. It also matters because you will be navigating this journey together. So you might be wondering why we're diving into personal awareness so deeply before the communication pieces. And the reason is that you can't communicate what you don't know. When I was first beginning to have awareness of my fears and triggers, I was a mess. So full of anxiety that I didn't know how to share what I was going through because it was all so new. But it was also too much to carry on my own. So this, right now, in the beginning of awareness, is your opportunity to allow someone into your inner worlds of vulnerability without having to say anything specific or too risky. This stage of communication can build deep roots of intimacy and safety, whether you've shared your story of sexual abuse or assault with your partner or not. So I want to give just a couple examples of what communicating in the self-awareness stage can really sound like. So the first example could be something like just stating, I'm not really sure what I'm feeling, but today felt really hard. I had a lot of anxiety. Could sound like I'm starting to learn about myself more and it's bringing up a lot more than I thought. You're saying what's happening, but maybe not willing to go to some of those deeper places of unknown yet. You could try a phrase like, I'm not ready to talk about it yet, but I am feeling nervous. Can you hold me? So stating what you're feeling, or at least guessing, and then stating what you need. A phrase like, I'm not sure what just happened, but I'm feeling uncomfortable. Can we pause? So that's an in the moment kind of statement. Maybe conflict is taking place or you're in the middle of a sexual encounter and something happens, just naming, I'm feeling uncomfortable. Can we pause? And then this last example is, I'd say, medium risky. So it's, I just noticed that I think I have a lot of fear of, maybe for me that was intimacy or a fear of men. This shows up when, so that's kind of the stem. I just noticed that I think I have a lot of, and this shows up when. So that could be, this shows up when the way you just looked at me, or I noticed this show up in our conversation that happened in the car earlier. So just a, hey, I'm becoming more aware type of statement. You'll notice that all of the statements start with I or I'm. It is taking responsibility for you first. Although humans are very attuned to others' responses and reactions, you can also pause as you allow the impact to settle and decide how you want to deconstruct or reframe an interaction. Your responses are 100% your responsibility, and you may have heard the quote that trauma comes back as a reaction, and it does. So notice your strong reactions. Sometimes they're even around seemingly mundane behaviors, but these reactions can point to your triggers. It's a really easy way to begin building awarenesses. I had a stronger reaction to that than maybe I feel like I should have. The takeaway of this video is really that self-awareness and communication, they happen simultaneously. So you can start by learning about yourself through curiosity and communicate discomfort, even if you don't know the root. If your goal is to increase intimacy in your relationship, then starting to communicate in this self-awareness stage can feel less risky, and you can choose how much or little to share. So, how will you communicate what you're learning about yourself with your partner? You can find the examples that I shared in this video right below, connected to a Pinterest pin. Good luck!